Oh hey, I bet you didn't expect to see me on your For You page. For over a year, I've been quietly observing the people around me to potentially see who's willing to actually see this thing through, to see me through. And by this thing, I mean my ambition, my creation, the thing that I want to pursue. I started chasing this dream, and honestly, I don't even know if it's gonna work, but wait, no, I have to manifest it, so yes, it's going to work. But also, people just started to get weird. So I started keeping track, and by the end of this video, you're going to find out exactly what I discovered. Because if I don't get this right, I won't be locking in for the next few months. I'm just going to be worrying about the wrong people and trying to figure out those relationships, and I don't have time for that. Also, full transparency, I haven't been really easy to be around, so this is also about fixing that. So here's the thing, finding people that actually want to stick with you seems kind of hard, and it is. The thing is there's one simple thing to do that nobody's really talking about, and it's not when you post a W, it's not when something good happens, it's when you post nothing, it's when nothing is happening. And when somebody checks in on you, then whoever that is, that's your answer. The other thing I started noticing is the people that you have around you, the conversations that you have with them, those are the most important people, because the people that just kind of exist around you, those ones aren't, anybody can do surface level. Like surface level's easy. Anybody can do that. But the people who actually ask you questions, the people who remember what you said 3 weeks ago, and the people that actually keep pushing you and keep questioning everything that you're doing, those are the people that matter, because they're actually questioning things and they're actually making an effort for you, and making an effort is everything. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a green flag. Someone who actually gives you support instead of just giving you the hype. Like, hype is completely different than support, because it's people that are saying, bravo, bravo, good job, Gerard. You're being such a good little boy. Feedback comes in the form of constructive criticism, but hype is just noise. You need people who will tell you when something just isn't working. Okay, and here's an example of a red flag. Somebody who just stops, kind of goes quiet, stops growing with you, stops leveling up when you start to grow. When you start to make progress and they kind of just take off, that's a red flag. That's something that I've experienced personally, and it's something that I wasn't really expecting, because it's very subtle. It's very hard to notice sometimes. When they start pulling away because you start to grow and they're just comfortable with where they are, and that's fine. That's really good for them to be comfortable with where they are. But when you start to grow and they don't want to grow with you, that's something that you kind of have to work around, and something that you kind of have to let go sometimes. I had an experience like this one. Somebody that I considered close, when I started getting serious about my goals, I started actually talking about them and trying to act on them. They started just pulling away. There's no fight and there's no conflict. There's no loud breaking up of the friendship. It's just that they slowly stopped showing up the same way, and that said a lot more than any conversation could have. You can't find the right people to support you if you don't even know your self-worth. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's so easy, guys. It's so easy. If you keep running on empty and you break promises to yourself and you don't trust yourself anymore, you will let in the wrong people into your life because you don't believe that you actually deserve better. And I'm saying this as someone who has come from burning himself out over and over. I take on too much. I get in my head. I keep running on fumes. And when you keep doing that, you eventually stop being able to take on responsibilities and stop being able to care for people, let alone help them up when they fall down on a longboard. I know that's a really random example. Only one person in the audience is going to get it. Don't worry about it. Self-love at 19 years old isn't what you think it is. It's not the spa day. It's not waking up and having a little morning routine. It's not journaling with fancy handwriting. No, it's taking the promises that you made to yourself and keeping them. It's saying no and meaning no. It's resting without guilt. It's not explaining to people why you made a decision just because you feel like you had to, or you feel guilted into it, because that's not our job. They can figure it out. They also have their own problems, but you have to give yourself that love. Before I commit to anything or anyone, I ask myself first, am I okay? Am I doing okay? Am I doing this because I want to, or because I think that I have to? And that one question has already changed how I spend my time and who I spend that time with. Because here's what I figured out. The people that are worth keeping around are the people that respect that. And the people that don't, well, that's information too. So the moral of the story is this: people will show up in the boring middle They'll tell you the truth, they'll have real conversations with you, and they won't leave when you start growing. And as much as we want friends that laugh at us when we fall down off of our longboard and get hurt and then help us up, like, I know it's funny when we do that. But you can't find those kind of people if you don't even show up for yourself first. And that's the part that took me a long time to get. And like all my videos, it's the part that's still taking me time to get. One thing to do in the next week is just to text somebody and say, I see you. I see you're here to see me through. That's it. No big statement, no big gesture, just acknowledging them, because those people are rare and they deserve to know how much they mean on this journey. And the only downside to all of this is that there will be people that come and go. There will be people that stay. There will be your family, your coworkers, those people that actually want to see you win and get you to your goals. But there will also be times when there's nobody. And in those moments when you have to do things on your own, that's when you have to start defining who you really are when no one's watching. Bye for now.